Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I'm checking out the Soundcore Liberty Air 2 Pros that's available for $130 on Amazon. But I did hear that there's a coupon for $30 off. I'll try to see if I can find it or if it's still available or not. But let's see how this is. Now, on the front it says that it has hybrid active noise canceling. Now, I wonder what that means because I just prefer regular active noise canceling. I don't want anything that's like misleading. I hope that's not the case here. Shouldn't be coming to assumptions. Pure Note technology. It's got all these fancy words here. Just going to kind of ignore it. But it does have wireless charging. That's nice. And it says you can get a total of 26 hours of playtime. And then on the back here we got... The only thing notable here that I notice is that you have 7 hours of playtime. And then it is 26 hours with the charging case. So alone, it'll just last about 7 hours. Don't know how accurate that is, of course. And it says there's 6 noise canceling mics on here. That's pretty interesting. That's a lot. Should also mention that I did get this in for review by Soundcore, but in no way am I sponsored to say that this is good off the bat or anything. If it's bad, it's bad. I'll just say it how it is. Okay, and these do look nice. The ones I do have are in blue. They're currently out of stock, and I can see why. Case does look nice. Has a nice magnetic slide. Here's the earbud itself. I don't know, it feels about what I was expecting in terms of length. Maybe a little smaller than expected. I mean, I prefer smaller over larger. Something that's not too heavy to like run with. And underneath this, we should have some more accessories. And we do. Got USB Type-C cable to recharge, of course. And then in here, oh, you got a lot of extra buds here, which is nice to see. And XXS, S, XL, or large, and then extra large. And of course the user manual, quick start guide. Right now I'm charging these earbuds inside because there is fast charging where if you charge for just 15 minutes you can get up to 3 hours of playback for the earbuds, of course. And on the back here is the USB Type-C port. You can just press this to see how much of a charge is left in the case. There's a little bump here, as you noticed, just so in case if you have any trouble lifting this up. This has this sort of rubber texture feeling on the top, so there is a good amount of friction, but it is there just in case. Even though it's made of hard plastic all around, I think. It has some type of rubbery feel. So I guess if I take this out at this point, there should be enough of a charge. Hopefully it turns on. Let's see. I held the buttons for a few seconds and a little sound came, and that's when I'm able to see Soundcore Liberty Air 2 Pros on here, and now it's connected through Bluetooth. Now they also have their own app, which is pretty convenient, Soundcore. I'm a fan of the app because it's pretty simple to use. You can adjust your equalizer and your ambient sound, as well as some controls here, and you can also see the battery life for each earbud. I've had about a day or two to try these out and listen to some music, different types of genres. I gotta say, first off, the equalizer does work pretty well on this. And the user interface is pretty simple on the app. You're able to adjust the touch controls, or I guess if you want to disable them, if that's possible too. And after you connect for the first time, every time you take it out of the box, it'll connect to your device automatically. And this one connects a little quicker than the other ones, or all of the other earbuds that I've tested out in the past, which is a good thing. It's a small thing, but nice to have nonetheless. I also do like how it does quick charging within, 15-20 minutes. But as for sound, which is the most important thing, sound on here was, maybe I was a little overhyped on it. Sound was decent. It wasn't anything too mind-blowing. Well, I guess for the price it seems like it's pretty good. Let's say it's $100 for a moment. It seems like it's acceptable, more than acceptable. The only downside and the deal breaker in my opinion is probably the noise canceling. Now they did mention that it's hybrid active noise canceling, which I don't know what hybrid means, but I guess it's not going to be like just regular active noise canceling that you might see on some other devices, because noise canceling didn't work out too well on this. It was still effective to a degree, but I could still hear certain things. Like my own computer, when I was playing a video on there, I could hear the sound emitting from it. And I just want to do that just to test it out to see how it is. And then I could also still hear someone when they were calling for me. It wasn't as loud though, so it does work to an extent. So maybe that's what hybrid means. Obviously this isn't a thorough review, this is just my first impressions and overview of what I think of this. I've had the other ones are the Liberty 2 Pros that I've tested out. If you own those, I would say you might want to just keep those, because from what I recall, those were a little better in terms of sound quality and bass. They do cost a little more, so I definitely recommend taking a look at those before you consider this. But if you are on a budget, these seem to be a decent choice. One thing though is that this does have bass compared to the Galaxy Buds Plus that I tried out a little while back. That one was lacking in bass. There is some punch of bass that you'll feel in here, and that's nice to see. It doesn't get too loud though. That's the only I don't know if that's a downside, but for me that was a downside, because I like listening to my music really loud sometimes, especially when I'm like listening to EDM or something along those lines. Another thing is that this is pretty comfortable. It's not as big as I thought it would be, and not as heavy as I was expecting it to be. So it just stays in my ears even when I'm walking around. So no problems there. Unfortunately, I can't test out running because it is cold out here, and I'm not going to run outside in the cold weather. I did try running around inside my house, and these didn't fall off, even though they felt like they were going to at some point. I felt like I would want to adjust them. So I'm guessing you might have to adjust these every now and then if you're going out for a run or just doing cardio in general, or workouts, I guess. The other thing is that this doesn't get as loud as I want it to. Also, here's the microphone quality. Alright, this is a test with just my earbuds that I'm using. And the microphone quality is just terrible. I know they hype it up to say that there's 6 microphones or something along those lines, but it's nothing too special. I wouldn't expect much. The biggest thing is as long as you can hear the other person well and they can hear you, that's pretty much what matters to me. So take that how you will. Either way, this seems like a decent choice at $100. Do you own a pair of these earbuds yourself? If so, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And leave a like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more. As always, thanks for watching.